Welcome back, viewers. This is the Orangutan, and here we are with the second of our mod videos. I think it's the week something April to something April. And without further ado, let's get our first one on the road. Check out this bad boy. Yeah, a motorbike. Who doesn't want one of these to get around the farm? Let's give it a whirl. Oh, she goes all right. Steering's a bit sort of suspect, but check that out. Woo! Yeah! Sitting a bit sort of upright, but yeah, it's a beauty. Whoops, if we can get it straight, we'll try out the... That reminds me of the old Hondas, actually. This is a 750, so remember the old Honda 754s from the 70s? This is very cool. The mirrors work fantastic. They actually work. Just want to check something out. Look at that, the indicators work on the dash. What a great mod. Whoops. Yeah, that is super cool for getting around the farm, especially on a big farm like this where you need to get around. But the question, everybody, where do I get one, Ranger? Well, I'm glad you asked. Go into, I think it's in miscellaneous. Yeah, there's our pushy, and there it is, CB750F. That looks like, I don't think it was a CB750 back in the day, but maybe it was. When I was a 750, the CBs, my friend had a CB250. Probably what made me think of the dash. But yeah, 22 grand. Normal, yeah, everyday sort of mods, mod changes, configurations. That's the word I'm looking for. Nothing special there, but there it is, the CB750F 75 model, the first of this week's mods. So moving right along, viewers, the second of our mods for this week is this, the ORZ 300A, or the ORZ 300A. Only holds 300 litres, but it's one of those, I love the older stuff, like the vintage style stuff. I don't think there's enough of it. I've noticed, see a lot of vintage survival things on PC, and they've got some really fantastic stuff. I wish they'd bring a bit more of it over. But this is pretty cool, it caught my eye. Where do we get one? Well, we go down to sprayers, which are in here somewhere. I know they are. Sprayers, there it is. We go along past all them flash ones, and right here you can get different heights for the, I don't know what that's got to do with anything, but $1,450. This is what we're interested in. It's just an old dodgy one, but for $1,450, if you're starting a scenario like a Let's Play, or if you just want to be the simple life where you have small equipment on a small farm, this thing's fantastic. So let's see how she goes. Not quite sure which way it goes. I'm going to guess this way. Oh. Bumper! Wrong guess there. Maybe it's this way. Sort of makes more sense that the arm should be at the back. There we go. So I'll just spray a little bit here. So I'd say it'll be the normal, lower and open. Turn her on. I wonder if you can raise it up. That does 8 metres. And it's not actually going through the fertiliser. It's sort of using it, but it's not. I've seen some of them where you'll go this far with a tank that small and you'll be back filling it up. So that's pretty good. That's very cool. This does both herbicide and liquid fertiliser. Now, I don't use liquid fertiliser much, but there's no reason for that. And now that we've got this thing, if I do something on a small farm or just in my own personal games, yeah, I could use it. That's very cool. Stop it. Fold it up. So there it is, the ORZ A300, I think it was, wasn't it? I don't know, something like that. But that's the second of our mods for this week. We're really moving along through them this week, viewers. So here's the third of them. Third mod of the week. And it goes along the same line as the last one. Sort of cheap and nasty. The Lizard T72-1. This is a forage wagon and it's a beauty. So let's check it out. Let's see it go. Bit of a thing there, but we're back now, and if you want to see it work, lower it down, turn it on. There she goes. Holds 8,000 litres, I think. Which, you know, like I said, this is for your little type of take it easy farm. I don't know that that picked that up, did it? So there it is. Nice and cheap. She's a beauty. So where do you find it? Good question. Down here. Blah blah blah. Forage wagons. $4,700. All this stuff doesn't really do anything at all. There's a cover, there's some colours, but yeah, pretty standard sort of fare. But for $4,700, I think that's a beauty. When it opens up options for it's a cheaper option. So there it is, the Lizard T072/1 forage wagon. So here we are, viewers, getting into our, what was it, 35,000 I think. This one was the limited edition. And this is the turbo. And we're going around to see our next mod. Which is this thing here. Check it out. That is so cool. So yeah, you can actually change the decal as well. So let's just have a look at it before we go any further. We go into trailers. When we get there, it's the Wilson something or other. There's a few of them in here, so bear with me. It's not the pace setter. It's not the Load King. Wilson Distinction Super B. I think it's that one there. The blue one, so that's how you'll be able to tell. It's the blue Wilson. Super Hopper mod. Let's check that out and see if it's the one. Hopefully it is. Okay, so World Brand attaches capacity 77, 500,000 litres, which is totally ridiculous. And you can get an attacher on the back, but this is what we're interested in. Alright, the special editions. You can get John Deere if you're a John Deere fan. You can get the case one. You can get the Agco. Or you can go with my favourite, the Class. So I don't know, for some unknown reason I like the classic here. Maybe because my favourite colour's green, who knows. But there's all different sorts of options there. I'm not going to go through them all, as I usually don't. Yeah, that'll give you something to do, bit of homework. But yeah, and that just looks very cool. And the fact that it's got a 500,000 litres, you might think, oh, where am I going to use that? But if you're transferring grain, or if you're doing a very large root crop like sugar beets or potatoes, you'll need it, because yeah, there's fields where you get a million tonne. Yeah. So anyway, there it is, the 53-foot super hopper Wilson trailer. But let's get out and give it a whirl, shall we? And the beauty of it is it'll hook up to our what's looking like the truck of the year so far for 30-something thousand. Always go that little bit too far. And this truck will tow it. Can open the cover. And that looks very, very cool. Yeah, that is very, very cool. So yeah, there it is. The very cool Wilson trailer. I like it. So that's the next of our, obviously it just empties like all the others doing that. So that's the next of our mods right there. Okay, moving right along, we're getting along well. Now this will be mod number 1, 2, 3, 4, mod number 5. So we'll be getting towards the end, because there's only usually about half a dozen. But it's another trailer. Seem to be having a lot of trailers lately, but there's been some really good trailer options come out. So this one here, I've got to get into some sort of routine where I either hook it up and drive it, or then show you where it is, or vice versa, because I'm doing it all hickledy-pickledy. So we'll figure that out by next episode. So this is just your normal sort of trailer. You're probably saying to yourself, well, I can't see anything really special about this. It's pretty cool. It's got the lizard logo, so let's stop and check it out a bit more, shall we? So there it is, the Lizard Ruby 29T. Normal sort of looking trailer, but it's when you get in here that you find out how cool it is. So we go to trailers, and the way I can tell it is, you can tell by it, it comes only, it's got the lizard on it. Where are you? There it is there. $40,000 for the Ruby 290T. Takes all that stuff. Capacity 30 to 300,000. So like, yeah. Look at that, 300,000 litres. I was just trying to figure out what to do, what brakes had to do with that, but yeah, just the usual stuff in there for 40 grand. As far as I'm concerned, you can't go wrong. 300,000, and the thing is, it holds 200,000 less than the truck trailer, but it's a lot more compact. Doesn't take up anywhere near the room. You know, it's not as big and lanky and long like the other one, but yeah, so there it is, the Ruby 290T, I think it was. Yeah, very cool indeed. So here we go with the penultimate which I think means second to last. We've got some posts here which show you how big it actually is, but this is a sheep pasture. Now these pastures come in all horse, cattle, sheep and pigs, and they're $5,000 and they hold varying numbers. I think it's 18 horses up to about 150 cows and 100 cows, 100 and something sheep. Like, yeah, it's very, very cool. So you just drop off there, you've got your food, obviously your water, your buy point. Now this thing here, what it does, see the post over in the corner? I think we've got to toggle it. I don't know how they get this to work. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Fucked if I know, but normally you can, if you press that, it makes them poles disappear. But, yeah, I can't figure that out. I don't know, it's another one of those things. Just everything goes wrong, so yeah. But, apparently, if you press on this... Ah! Well, it's not the obvious button, the action button, which is normally square. It's a circle button, so now you'll see they've gone. We press circle on it again. There they are coming back up. There you go. You just got to do a bit of a button mash. So this is the basic sheep pasture. Let's have a look at it. So it's in animals, obviously. If you picked it was in sheep, you were right. And then we find it, and it's the funny looking one. There it is. Basic sheep pasture. 120 sheep. And yeah, $5,000. And hopefully this may work. I wouldn't count on it, but what the animals? Let's go pigs. Oh, look at that. Basic pig pasture, 120, exactly the same thing, but takes pigs. There's one for cows, and there's one for horses. Don't give 120 horses because you'd never be able to ride them all or that. But yeah, so that's $5,000. Once again, you know, this week's episode, I don't know, a lot of the stuff's towards living the cheap life. For $5,000 for all that, that's fantastic. May as well move on to the next one while we're here, which couldn't have possibly been that way. Matter of fact, it's gone. That's because we're still in pigs. Sheep. Here it is here, 26,000. Sheep barn large 300, takes all those things. You can get white or red. And there's one I prepared earlier right behind us here. Well, this is cool. It's like 26,000 bucks or something. You know, you got your trigger, nice inside bit here, water, feed. Yeah, 26,000. And you get a building as well. I don't know if the door's open. Let's see. No, they don't. But, yeah, I like it. I like it. It's pretty cool. Some of these doors must open. Obviously not. But sheep barn large. So that brings us to the end of, this week's top mods. How many did we have? 7, I think. We covered everything. We had one vehicle, a couple of attachments and trailers, and 2 pastures. This one's specifically for sheep. but that one there you can use for all 4 main animal varieties. On that note, it was a little bit clunky. I'm getting better at it, I think. I'll try to polish it up a bit for next time. Then again, maybe people watch it because of the clunkiness and it's not perfect like all the others. But anyway, it's Orangutan signing off. Thanks for watching, I appreciate it, and I'll catch you next time. Stay safe till then.